We are continuing our journey of Microsoft Fabric. What do you see in front of you, Vinith?
It's the component of Microsoft Fabric.
Yes. Components of a Microsoft Fabric, or I can say architecture of a Microsoft Fabric. You guys are able to see my screen, right? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, do you have any other thoughts, Anna?
So these are the architecture only.
Architecture only. Architecture which has the components. Both of you are right. Do you recognize any of the component in a detail? Which component did we complete?
Data factory.
Right? Now that we completed the data factory, let us look at the data warehouse, which is one of the component of the Microsoft Fabric. The data warehouse, even though it is a component of a Microsoft Fabric, but it is not the new technology or a new platform in the market. Okay, couple of decades. So what we'll do is we will look at the important concepts of the data warehouse in general and then come back to the fabric. Will that work, Parveen?
Yes, sir.
Saying, Vinith, what did I say?
Data warehouse.
Data warehouse is what?
It's a component of Microsoft Fabric architecture.
Okay. After that, what did I say? Okay. What did I say, Malini?
You said you'll go through the data warehouse first and then come back to Fabric.
Yeah, that is what I said, right, Vinith? So I said data warehouse as a platform or a technology is not a new one. Okay. So what I said is let us go back and learn the important concepts and come back to the data warehouse as a part of the fabric. That's what I said, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you guys ready for that? Shall we
Yeah.
do that? Okay.
Mhm.
Let's do that. So now the question is, Malini, what is data warehouse? This is the data warehouse, right?
No, this is not.
This is not. This is Amazon warehouse, right? Okay, this is not the warehouse. Obviously, all the nice things is book in Myntra or Agio or Malini said this is not the warehouse we are looking at. Then what is data warehouse? Anyone can take this.
It's a cloud storage where we can store a very large amount of data from different sources.
Very good.
The structured data, sir.
Structured data. Okay. Anything else from anyone?
Used for analytical process.
Very good. I remember I covered at a high level what is data warehouse. Right? That question
Yes,
between
sir.
analytical processing and this one, right? Okay. Wonderful
Yes,
then.
sir.
First, yeah,
Ah.
you covered first class.
Correct. Right. So now let us drill down a little bit. Okay. All of you are saying is absolutely right. But only one thing with the Vinith is it is not necessarily only cloud, Vinith. It can be on the premises also. In fact, it used to be on the premises before the advent of the cloud.
Yes, sir.
You got it, right? So I'm saying is data warehouse is a data store where you store the data from multiple sources, store it for further consumption. And Shabna is saying it is for the analytics. What you guys are saying is right. Okay. But let me always have to do something different, right? Okay. Let me define the data warehouse in a different way. Okay. That is this. Data warehouse is a subject oriented, integrated, time variant, non-volatile collection of data used to support management decision making process, right? So when I'm saying data warehouse is a subject oriented, integrated, time variant, non-volatile collection of data used to support the management decision making process. What is the subject oriented? And
Based on the business requirement, we can choose the data we want and store.
absolutely. All of you please take a picture of this quickly. So now subject oriented as Anna indicated. So data warehouse is built around the subject rather than the organization's current. When I say subject, it can be a product, it can be a customer, it can be a sale. Those are the subjects we are talking about. So the data in the transactional databases may be on different dimension. We choose which dimension we need for the database. So usually it will be subject oriented. Okay. Then integrated means Vinith.
It's all we can access it at one place. Integrated.
The integrated we can access it one place, but the idea is the data is getting from multiple heterogeneous sources like flat files and relational databases.
Okay, sir.
Basically, the data is coming from database also. Data is coming from applications also. Data is coming from files also. Okay. So we are integrating the data from various sources. Okay. And then when I say time variant, data warehouse stores the Shabna. What is historical data?
Old data, sir.
Old data. Wonderful. Then we have non-volatile. What is non-volatile, by the way?
That's something like we cannot change the data.
Permanent.
Yes. Okay. So non-volatile, which as Sharana is saying, the data is stored in the data warehouse. It is not often subjected for the modifications. Okay. So one more thing what Parveen is saying, permanent. In a way, We can say it is a permanent, but there is a twist in the story. But we'll do it, see the twist after some time. More or less what you guys are saying is right. Non-volatile is the data is not often subjected for the modification, right, Parveen?
Yes,
Right?
it is not often subject to modification.
Mean is it permanent?
No.
Getting me right?
Yes.
So it is not necessarily be permanent. So, but what do you say non-volatile? Go ahead, please.
Because all the data will be there, it will not be deleted, I think.
Okay.
Data or inserted data, whatever it is.
Got you. Let us compare
All the-
this with the transactional data. What is the kind of data is there in the data warehouse?
Analytical. Okay.
Analytical data.
Okay.
Right? We already have discussed that. Okay. And
Yes, okay.
transactional data is stored where?
Database.
Databases.
OLTP databases.
Okay. Now, the transactional data is stored in databases and analytical data is stored in data warehouse.
Yes.
Where do you have a transactional data?
OLTP, OLTP.
We-
Yeah, flat file on-premises databases and all, we can store the
Okay.
transactional data.
Give me
No,
an example of domains in which business scenarios databases are used.
Maybe in insurance, banking.
Correct. Let us take a banking. So tell me one thing. Assuming that bank uses a database.
Mhm.
Okay. So do you think the changes won't happen to databases often?
Yeah, it will happen, sir. So how I think means, for
Mhm.
example, customer data, the
Mhm.
address, changing
Mhm.
of address is not really happen frequently.
But I'm not talking
that is
about only one thing. I'm
the
talking
particular
about
thing. Yeah.
the data in database.
Okay.
Every time it is updating, sir. Each
Yeah,
time.
that means say that it is happening often.
Mhm.
Let me rephrase my question. Is the data modifications are happening frequently in the database? That is my
Yes, sir.
yes, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is, because whether you are talking about the databases in the bank, or you are talking about the databases in the retail stores, or you are talking about the databases in the insurance, or you are talking about the databases that supports the healthcare, right? In all the cases, modifications are happening frequently in the
Yes.
databases. But when I come to the data warehouse, that is not the case. Okay. So,
Mhm.
as compared to the databases, the data in the data warehouse is non-volatile, right? So, you guys, basically it is relative. If you tell me now, Shabna, tell me what is data warehouse, the way I defined you.
Subject related, integrated.
Very good.
And time variant.
Time variant. Okay.
Yeah.
So data warehouse is subject oriented, integrated, time variant, non-volatile collection of the huge data which is used for supporting the decision making. Why? You guys got it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the data warehouse all of a sudden happen in the void. All of a sudden doesn't happen in a space. There is a process for that. That process is called ETL. Let us see how the data warehouse is formed through or developed or created ETL. The data warehouse is created through ETL process. Okay. What happens is when you have to create a data warehouse in a organization, why is that you are creating data warehouse in an organization, Shabna? For what purpose? Why do you want data warehouse?
Sir, analytical processing we use
Absolutely.
for storing big data.
Yeah, analytical process. Can you just tell me what is analytical processing? Storing the data. Storing the data is done in database also. Storing the data is done in data warehouse. What is analytical processing? Take an example.
Analyzing the data in batches
For
to
what
get
purpose?
insights from the data.
And what will you
Analyzing
do?
historical data.
Correct. Well, let us go on. Okay. So store, then analyze.
Insights, getting deeper insights.
Insights.
So that
Decision
we can
making.
help businesses to take decisions.
Yeah, exactly. Help or support facilitate, okay, decision. How do we improve the business? By reducing the cost or increasing the
Revenue.
cost or increasing the revenue. Okay. That in turn gets into the profit, right? So in order to get here, we are creating the data warehouse. It has to help the management folks to take the decisions. Right? What I was saying is we store the data for analysis. In case of data warehouse, we analyze and derive the insights or derive the pattern. That will help the management to take the decisions. That will improve the business by reducing the cost or increasing the revenue. That in turn gets more profit to the company. So whatever the work you are going to do in the data warehouse or a data engineering is directly related to the company's profit. Okay. If you do a very good job in the data engineering and data analytics, management team will take a right decision that will help in reducing the cost or increasing the revenue. In turn, now this is our goal. Improving the profit is our goal, right? In order to do that, we have to derive the insights and pattern. Is it possible for us to get the insight from only one system? Is it possible?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Maybe, but that may not be a complete insight, right? So the data in the organization is there in different sources. The data in the organization is there in the different. Okay, that is where we have to get the data from a different sources into a common area. That is called as extraction. Okay, it's called as a staging area. Okay, then from there, what we will do is we'll go ahead and transform. For example, now we have extracted the data. We have transformed here. Then once the data is transformed, we'll load the data warehouse. When I say DWH, I'm talking about the data. Okay. So E is for extraction, T is for transformation, L is for load. Got it? So data warehouse will not happen overnight by just saying, hey, data warehouse, can you become data warehouse? Or hey, data warehouse, please come into existence. If you say that in your words, it will not happen. So we have to go through a process. Extraction, transformation, and load, then only the data warehouse is created. Data warehouse is developed. Okay, you guys got it? This is so then the question is the ETL is part of data engineering or data engineering is part of ETL?
ETL is a part of data engineering, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So ETL is a part of the data engineering. Okay. You guys are getting it, right? So now you are learning data engineering through Fabric. Okay. In the same way, I'm not only teaching the Fabric for you guys, I'm teaching the data engineering concept. And Fabric is one of the platform. We are applying those data engineering concepts in a Fabric. Okay. If you learn the data engineering concept really well, whether it is a Fabric or any GCP or a Azure, you will be able to do this. Okay. All the things will be same except few jargons or the components will be differently named, but the kind of what they are doing, this one, it will be the same. Okay. Now let us try to understand these guys one by one in bit more detail. Are you guys ready for that?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody who doesn't like honey? Everybody like it. So honey bee will go and extract the what do they extract?
Flower juices.
Nectar. What you said is also right. Flower. Okay. Create a honey, wonderful honey. Talking about extracting the data from different sources. Extraction refers to the pulling the expected data from different sources into a common area. Pulling. Okay. You guys know, but if somebody tells you what is extraction, you should know, right? It is pulling the data. Pay attention here. Expected data. Maybe your source is a database. Okay. In the database, you may have some 100 tables. You may not require the data of all the 100 tables. You may require only the data from 10 tables. It may have 100 columns. You may not require the data of all the 100 columns. You may require the data of only 50. Okay. Extraction refers to pulling expected data from different source common area. What is the common area, Shabna?
Staging area.
Staging area. Absolutely. So when you say extraction, right, we extract the data from multiple systems. Okay. If you talk about the RDBMS systems, you may extract the data from SQL Server, MySQL, Oracle, and PostgreSQL. Okay. So when we talk about the different sources, it can be databases, it can be files, it can be application. Okay. But within the databases, it is not same. It can be from different databases also. I hope you guys are getting it, right?
So we are not storing all the data in data warehouse, right? Only the data which we want.
Absolutely. We are going to store because you may have multiple databases in a company, but you will not have multiple data warehouses in a company.
Okay.
You're getting me, right?
Yeah.
And within a company, you have multiple databases. That can be Oracle, that can be PostgreSQL, that can be MySQL, depending upon the company size and all those. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You may get the data from multiple applications. But in terms of files also, you may get the data from either text files or CSV files or XLS or JSON. Okay, you can get a data from multiple files. So basically, when you talk about the data engineering projects, right, only you may have 4 to 5 team members for only extracting the data. Depending upon the project, you may have 4 to 5 team members only for extracting the data, because extracting may sound easy, but when you talk about multiple sources, multiple types of files, you have to, okay, that is about extraction. Okay, you can also extract the data from mainframe like vSAM and DB2. Okay, so that is extraction. Extraction is pulling the data from multiples. Now, after extraction, what will you do? We need
Transformations.
Okay, so transformation. In a way, we already discussed about the transformation, like X laid by a laid. We already discussed about this. Okay, we're talking about a transformation here. Okay, from egg to caterpillar to pupa to a beautiful butterfly. Okay, beautiful butterfly. Okay, in the same way, the data also gets transformation. What is transformation according to you, Anna? What is transformation in ETL?
So converting data from one format to another.
Absolutely. Bingo. You are there. Okay. What you said is absolutely right. Okay. It is nothing but converting the data to one format to another format. Okay. That another format will be according to the business. Okay. One more way of is instead of saying converting, you can also use the altering the data based on set of business rules. Business rules will be in whatever the format you need. Okay. That is transformation. So, I mean, as I already discussed this is converting the data from one format of the source system into the required format of the destination system. We already know about it. Okay. So that is done. Okay. There are different types of transfer. We have basic conversion, we have integration, we have filtering, we have calculations, we have sorting, we have error handling. These are the some of the transformations which usually happen in the ETL project. Okay. When you talk about the transformation, it can be a basic conversion, it can be integration, it can be filtering, it can be calculations, it can be sorting, it can be error handling. So what is basic conversion, Parveen?
Maybe conversion of date format supporting
Absolutely. Bingo. You are right.
particular.
Yes. Okay. So can you see basically, Shabna, are you with me, right? What we are talking is we are talking about the data warehouse. Data warehouse is created by the ETL. ETL is extraction, transformation, and loading. Extraction is pulling the data from multiple sources. Transformation is converting the data from one format to another format. And in the transformation, we have different types of transformation. Okay, we are talking about that basic conversion. Shabna?
Convert data from one format to another.
Absolutely. One format to another format, but it will be very simple one. Okay. It is basic, very basic one. As our Parveen said, na, converting the date, Indian date format, right, Shabna? It is very basic.
Yes, sir.
That is the reason. It's basically, it is very easy to understand. That is the reason we call it as a basic conversion. One more very basic conversion is converting the dollar to rupees. Now, what is this integration, Vineet?
Integrating some other things to
Please talk in terms of data.
table. Inside the table there is a column, and we are integrating some other data in that table.
Very good. Awesome. Okay. So let us say we have different data. Okay. We have a database, we have a file, so some application. Now in this particular this table, right? Which are the columns, Shana? Which are this database?
Employee ID, name, and designation.
Okay. Muthuminal, which are the columns here in the file?
Employee ID, salary, bank.
Very good. Shabna, which are the columns here?
Employee ID, attendance, leave.
Very good. Okay. Now in the warehouse, I need employee ID, I need a name, I need a salary, I need a attendance. What I will do is I will get the data from all of these one column from each of this and create a warehouse. Okay. Name from here, salary from here, and attendance from here. Right, Malini? I'm integrating the data from different sources and creating a warehouse. This is a very simple Chotu example, right? This is integration. Okay, clear, right? Shabna, one form of integrate. Okay, Shabna, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, let us move forward. Integration is done. Basic conversion is integration. Filtering. Okay, filtering. What kind of a filter? Do you guys remember the PJ about filtering? Vinith will remember. What is the PJ on filtering?
Filter coffee, yes, sir.
Filtering of the data. Take an example of filtering of the data.
Applying some conditions.
Yeah, please go further. Parveen, go ahead.
Sir, in an organization, I just want an employee who is working under HR department.
Okay,
So
that is
here
good.
we are filtering based on the department HR.
Department.
The condition is
Wonderful.
HR.
Very good. Okay. So that is one of the way of filtering. And one more way of filtering is, for example, you have a transact. You will filter all the transactions below 100 rupees or will filter the data based on the age, right? You are filtering the data based on some business rules. Got it, Malini? There are so many examples, right, Malini? We're filtering based on the HR department, filtering based on the age, filtering based on the amount transaction, right? Any other examples now? Age. Filtering based on the
Date ranges.
Date range. Yes, very good. Very filtering based on the we can do the filtering based on multiple things. Okay. So calculation in it, we can do the count, we can do the maximum, we can do the average. Okay. And then sorting, basically based on the in a ascending order or a descending order, depending upon your. The last one is error handling. While trying to handle the error, one guy has fallen down. So who would we want to give an example? Any volunteer?
Whenever there is an error happening between the two systems, so this is how There should be a notification sent to either system saying that it has failed, the integration has failed.
Got you. But see, here what we are doing, we are extracting the data, applying the transformation, and loading the data into the data warehouse. Mean you are doing error handling in this case is that error has to be handled before we load the data into the data warehouse. Malini, what you said is right, but in terms of data, any other example from anyone?
So removing duplicates in a data.
Absolutely. Okay. So removing the duplicates, or even if there is any null values, how do you handle them before we load the data into the data warehouse? All these comes under the transformation, error handling, calculations, ascending order, descending order, okay, basic conversion. All those things come as a part of the transformation. Okay. So, I mean, more or less at a high level, I covered all the transformation, but you understood what is a transformation, right? So after transformation, what will we do, Shabna?
Load.
Where do you load the data, Shabna?
Warehouse.
Yes, warehouse, right? Warehouse. Okay. We are talking about the warehouse. Okay. We load the data into the warehouse. Which warehouse? Amazon warehouse, right, Shabna?
Data warehouse.
Data warehouse. Awesome. Very good. Okay. So, and one more thing is there is a terminology which is often used called source and target. Okay. Anna, what is the source? What is the target?
So source is where we get the data from. Target is the destination, the place where the transformed data will be.
Got. Okay. Okay. What you said is right. Okay. But what we have to remember is, I really liked the way Anna said. Okay. Source is where we get the data from. Target is where the data is leading. Right. That is what she said. Now, depending upon where you are in this, okay, the source and target will be decided. But usually when I say source, we are talking about this whole thing as a source. Usually, I'm saying, and data warehouse is the target. But assuming that you are talking about these are the sources and
So storing area.
staging area.
Yes, sir. The staging, that is staging.
Usually it is called as the staging area.
Yes, sir.
What you said is also right, Shabna, but the terminology about this is a staging area. Then we have a source. The data is moved from source to staging area. From staging area, the data is transformed, it is loaded, and we have something called data marts. Okay. Then we have B8. Okay. Now, when we move the data from source to staging area, Anna, which is the source, which is the target here?
Here it is the staging area.
Absolutely. Okay. Parin, you are getting right. So,
Yes.
depending upon where I am, source and target differ. Okay. So, here when I'm moving the data from source to staging area, source is all these things. Target is the staging area, right? Then when I move the data from staging area to warehouse, source becomes the staging area, warehouse becomes the target. And when I'm moving the data from data warehouse to data mart, source becomes the warehouse, data mart becomes the target. Okay. And when I'm moving the data from data marts to BI tool, source becomes this and the target becomes, okay. Depending upon where you are, the source and target differs. But usually when I say target, mostly it is a warehouse. If they don't mention where you are, mostly it is a warehouse. Okay. Got it?
Yes, sir.
That's all for now. Like and subscribe and turn on notifications for future videos. Thank you.